charity shop town review. And this week we're in Dartford. Some would say it's southeast London, but it is technically located in Kent. In Dartford there were 7 charity shops, which means that has knocked Whitstable out of the top spot. The first charity shop we hit was this RSPCA shop, which if you watch the Whitstable charity shop town review, you would know that RSPCA shops are my favourite. The link to that video will be up in the cards and in the description for when you're done with this video. It was a pretty small shop, but it did have 2 quite big men's rails, which I was very surprised about. My first find in this shop was this nice like pink and white Lacoste shirt. I really liked this. It did have no like pricing tag on it. I was looking for time trying to find the pricing tag. I thought maybe where it's a shirt it might be hidden on a little inside tag where they don't want to like make a hole in the shirt material, but I couldn't find the tag, so I just held on to it to ask the person at the till how much it was. I thought this would be a naughty little pickup considering where summer's come in. Shirts, and especially this Lacoste shirt, might be like a nice little summer piece and hopefully might sell well on my Depop. Then I found another shirt that I liked in this navy YSL shirt. I was so gassed to find this in the charity shop, a YSL shirt. I did then proceed to see how much they were worth on my Depop, and people were listing them up for like £30, and I was like, I'm 100% getting this. It was like £4.50, but when you can sell it for £30, £4.50 really isn't that bad. It was 100% cop. Then there was this Jurassic World t-shirt, which really, looking back at it now, I really should have picked up because I have already sold a Jurassic World t-shirt before in the past, and that was a Zara one, and this one actually had a tag on it. Looking back, I really should have picked it up, but what can you do? And then as I was looking through the rails, I felt something touch my shoulder, and it was some bloke, and I was kind of like, yeah, alright, like back up a little bit. You don't know what's going on at the moment, like, you know what I mean? I don't want to be catching nothing off you. So I moved away and just kind of browsed the other little bit of the shop, but really this ended up coming in my favour because I found this Kangol bucket hat, which I wouldn't have even seen if the bloke didn't make me move. It was really small, but I did end up picking it up in the end. But then I hit the till, and that Lacoste shirt not having a tag ended up causing so much confusion. But it was 2 for 1 on all the items, so I ended up getting that Lacoste shirt for free anyway in the end, which I was so gassed about at the time. A YSL shirt and a Lacoste shirt for only £4.50. I'm out here banging them bargains. That Kangol bucket hat ended up being about £4 as well, which was a little steep, but I think I'll be able to sell it for a nice bit, which I'll tell you about once we've been through all the charity shops that I hit. But we paid for all the items and then we cut out of that shop. But once again, the RSPCA shops are out here coming through. Carl, what's that on my tripod? It's a like button. If you haven't already liked this video, please do. It'd be so appreciated. It really helps this video out so much. But then we hit the main high street. I see this Eleanor shop down the end of the high street. I ended up walking down to it, but when I hit it, it was shut, which I was so gutted about. It looked like quite a big shop inside, but I think I've seen a lot of Eleanor shops recently and they've all been shut. I don't know if there was something going on with all the Eleanor shops recently, but there was this little bake sale going on next to it, which I was very tempted to get something from, but I held myself back. Then as I was walking down the high street, I almost ended up missing this Scope charity shop. I literally only saw it out of the corner of my eye as I was about to walk past it. But then as we headed inside, it had quite a big men's section, and it was just quite a big shop in general. There were these blue joggers that I really liked. I was trying to figure out the brand that they were. They had this little like Day Society like patch on the leg that seemed really familiar to me. So I was looking at all the tags, I was trying to figure it out, and then I pulled out this little green tag. I got so gassed for a hot sec. I thought it was a StockX tag, but then it just ended up being some random tag. I can't explain how gassed I got when I thought it was that StockX tag, but then I ended up working out. I remember seeing them on ASOS, so they were nothing special there. And as well, they were £7 for the ASOS joggers. £7 for ASOS joggers. They probably weren't even that much when they were on ASOS, let alone buying them from a charity shop. And then I see these sick, I think they were long sleeve like slide tees. They had like a graphic of a skateboarder on. I thought they were so cool. I should have picked one up for my personal. I don't think they had one in my size though. I think that was the thing that put me off, and I think once again the price was a little steep on them. But as I was going through the rest of the stock, it seemed like someone had just had an ASOS haul and didn't end up liking any of it and just threw it all in the charity shop. And then I see this Bob tee and it said, knock knock, who's there? It's not Bob. I was thinking, you can't be selling stuff like that. Surely not, like with depicting him with no arms. Surely you're not allowed to get away with that, and surely you would would have thought the charity shop people would have gone, nah, we can't put something like that out. Then I see this vintage tag like Gildan Spider-Man t-shirt, which was only £3, which really, looking back on it, I should have just picked up. But I had no success from that charity shop, so once again, we cut out of that one. But then I ended up going in this British Heart Foundation charity shop. This was quite a sizable charity shop. The only thing is, the men's section did not compare to the size of the shop. But once again, I hit the shirts after our previous success with shirts, and once again, 10 shirts in, we bagged another YSL shirt. I was so gassed, 2 YSL shirts in one day. I'd hit the jackpot with this one. It was originally £6, which was a little steep, but it had it crossed out and it had a new like barcode on it. So after I went up and asked the people how much it was. But before I did that, I went through the rest of the stock and there was nothing really too interesting, just a load of plain sweatshirts and t-shirts, everything quite boring. But when I did go and ask about that shirt, it was half price, which was £3, so I ended up bagging that and taking that home with me as well. But once I paid for that, we cut out of there, bagging another sick pickup, which I'll go through all the pickups from this video at the end, when we go through all of the ratings for this town. On my way round, I thought I'd grab myself a little snack. I ended up picking up these plantain, however you want to say it, crisps. I've had a couple different flavours now and they're so peng, and as well they give you a really nice sized bag. I also picked up this yellow Monster Ultra for £1, which was very underwhelming. The lemony taste of it was absolutely poor. I would not recommend that Monster. If you're into the sugar-free Monsters, I would get the purple one and as well the Mango Fiesta one. They're your best bets. But then we hit this other Eleanor shop, which, thinking about it now, is quite weird that there's 2 Eleanor shops in the same town, and as well both of them were stocked. So it's not even like one of them has shut down and just moved to another location. But once again, this had a huge men's section, but once again the men's section was just lacking. The stock in there was not all that. There was this one polo shirt that I did consider, only because I thought it was Fred Perry, and in the end it did not turn out to be Fred Perry. But pretty much overall there was nothing in this charity shop, so we cut out of there pretty fast. And then after that, literally next door, we hit this Mary Carey shop. I really think I've butchered that name. Please let me know how to say it in the comments. It'd be very much appreciated. But once again, this had quite a big men's section, a really big rail of men's t-shirts and stuff like that. But to be honest, in this one, once again, it was a dry selection. Literally nothing I even considered or even looked twice at. So once again, we cut pretty swiftly out of that shop. And then as I was walking back down the high street, I overheard 2 people about dropping things off to a charity shop, and I was kind of like, there's no charity shops near here, like what charity shop are you going to? And then I see this tiny little shop that didn't even look like a charity shop. I just thought it was just a random little clothes shop. But once I headed inside, they had quite a small men's selection, but they did have quite a lot of Hollister pieces on there, which are no good to me, but it's nice to see little Hollister and designer pieces. And there was this Sonic the Hedgehog t-shirt, which looking back on, I should have picked up because I really liked the tag, and as well it had a really nice design on it, and I think it would have sold really well considering it was a really bright blue. And as well, I think, does that say it was only £1? Why didn't I pick that up in the end? I don't know what put me off that. That was really crazy not to go and pick that up. But apart from that, there was really nothing else in this charity shop, so we cut out of there pretty fast. Then I hit this cancer research charity shop, which was massive. This one isn't in Dartford, however, but I thought I'd throw it in as a little honourable mention considering I did pick up some green cargo trousers. I've been looking for some green cargo trousers for a little while now, and as well these were perfectly in my size and they were only £3. But here they are. I haven't tried them on yet, so let's go and do that. Oh dear me, prepare yourself for what these look like. Here they are in all their glory. They're not too bad in the leg or around the waist. The only thing is they kind of look like I could jump out of a plane with these on and these would keep me safe. I think I'm gonna have to throw them cargo trousers on with Depop. There's no chance I'm gonna be able to keep them. But let's get into rating Dartford. I'm gonna rate it over 5 different categories, which are coolness of the charity shop, the pricing of the stock in the charity shop, the stock that the charity shop had, the parking for the charity shops, and as well the overall area and the town. For the coolness of the charity shops, I'm going to give them a 3 out of 10. They're all just pretty basic shops, nothing really special about them at all. For the pricings in the charity shops, I'm going to rate them 10 out of 10. We bagged some bargains. We were getting 2 for 1 deals, we were getting half price deals, we were just out here getting loads of different deals and just loads of different bargains in general. For the stock that the charity shop had, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. There was loads of pieces that I considered considered buying, and as well a couple of pieces that I even ended up picking up, which some of the stock we did end up picking up was this Kangol bucket hat, which I'm going to be able to sell for about £50. There's some people on Depop listing these up for 90. This YSL shirt, which I'm going to be listing up for about 25 to 30 pounds, which only cost me £2.50, which was another bargain. This pink and white Lacoste shirt, which you could say I technically got for free on the 2-for-1 deal, but I'm just going to say this was £2, but I think I could get about 20 for this, so another really good turnover there. This navy YSL shirt that did have a little white mark on it somewhere, but it really wasn't the end of the world. I think I'll be able to get it washed out, which I picked up for £2 in the 2-for-1 deal, which I think I'll maybe be able to get about 25 to 30 for it, which is another insane turnover. But then for the parking, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. It was free, but the car park was a little bit sketchy, like the spaces weren't all that, and if someone who isn't very good at parking did try and park next to you, I think you could get blocked in very easily. But then for the area, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. It was your basic average town. There was literally nothing special about it at all. But that gives Dartford an overall score of 31 out of 50, which means that is also taken top spot over Whitstable by a margin of only 1 point, which is kind of gutting for Whitstable, but big up Dartford for hitting #1 spot. But that is the Dartford charity shop town review. I really do hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop the video a like. It'd be so appreciated. It helps me out so much. Please subscribe to my channel to help me hit 1k by the end of the year, and as well to never miss content like this in the future. You'd be absolutely crazy not to. And as well, comment down below any videos you'd like to see in the future.